It is the best show in town. It is the best LGBTQI show. So darling, why haven't you subscribed? Monday to Thursday, bringing you breaking news wahala. On Friday, sex, education. And Saturday, burning questions. You know, all those questions you've been thinking of asking. Saturday is the day for you, darling. Ask your questions about religion, your questions about what you want to know about us, your question about anything. You can access anything on Saturdays doing burning questions. And you know one thing, you could to be the lucky winner to win our giveaways on Saturdays. And on Sundays, to crown it all, we have the market woman and shade girl. So darling, why do you want to miss out on all these interesting things? Help this channel by clicking the subscribe button.
Welcome to Breaking News Wahala. Now, protests is a demonstration done worldwide, anywhere in the world, to show disapproval against an institution, office, company, or a body. It's a normal thing to protest. Recently, members of the LGBT communities have protested in Unity Park in Abuja, united together, just like the Powerpuff Girls, and said enough is enough. They claimed it was to repel the cross-dressing bill, and they came out with their large numbers. But people have been questioning that protest, from the motive to the location, to the intentions, to the actions. But on cue we talk, not until we talk about it, they wait for us. This is the show where we talk about it and settle it. So as usual, I'm always joined by Chimezie in our two episodes in Canada. I remain your host, Marvelous Acha Kelechi. Chimezie, how are you doing today?
Good morning, Mr. Chef. I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. So you guys, guys, just take a look at some of the videos from that protest. Just watch it, and when we come back, we get into the topic and we give our candid opinions on what we actually do. This is Kiro Talk Breaking News Wahala.
I'm the Central Committee Chair of the Prayer Union for Economic and Social Transformation. And we are out here protesting today because we are tired. We cannot keep going like this. This country belongs to us too. We are Africans. Yes. This continent belongs to us. We cannot keep retreating and retreating and retreating. There is nowhere else for us to go. Exactly. This is our homeland.
Yes. We are angry because this is our motherland. We are citizens of Nigeria.
We are Africans.
We are Africans, and we are proud to be in this country. We have every single right to come out and tell them that we are not feeling okay about this, because it's we have had it up, like it's drowning us. We are tired. We are tired of everyday oppression. Like once upon a time, I couldn't walk in the street without people saying lots of things about me. I lost my job because of who I am, being a transgender person. I am a very hard-working person, but I lost my job because they saw me as an abomination. I am not an abomination. Lots have been happening in this country. Men raping their daughters, ritually. So many disgusting things are happening. The latest that happened is about a woman, and I'm sure it's a cisgender heterosexual lady. She was having sex with a dog, and then people see my community at large as abominations. It can't happen. We are tired of all these things, and we are here to stay. We are here to stay. We exist. We are tired.
Oh yeah, now.
I want to record what's written there. Let me record your back.
So, you guys have seen that video. Now, Chimereze, different opinions from different people. People have questioned the location of that protest, that it felt like it was done in a cemetery. Like, why is everywhere so dry? But later we found out the location was Unity Park. Somebody complained about the location. Somebody complained also about what is the motive of this, and the way the guys were dressed. They were not dressed protest ready, showing that they are coming to take an action. They are just like strippers going to an Aba club, a club in Aba market. People have said that too. People have also questioned different things. I remember speaking to our friend Aki, and Aki was saying that what is actually very surprised about is the fact that he was feeling like, oh, this was something genuine. All of a sudden, you saw on your friend's page, was it Victor Wonder, asking for money, that the LGBT community members are oppressed. And he was feeling like, oh, this is not another way to make money. Because people have also accused some of the funders that they did this protest to get grants from abroad, that they are already writing proposals in the name of protesting these grants. Many accusations, many questions from the motive, from the questions, from key questions keep on coming. So people have even said that the greatest harm comes from the best intention. And if you want to engage stakeholders, it's not by going on the street like that. It's by actually engaging people, lawmakers who actually matter. So we can go on and on talking about people said about this. People also praise this. Or people has been mixed reaction. People have said that, oh, they should be applauded, they should be done. Chimereze, what did you feel about this protest?
Before we go, the people who said those things, half of them are me. I will say it with my full chest. The location. Let me start from the good part. I will just start with the good part. Kudos to all those who came out. Kudos to the organization. It's been a long time. We need to protest, and I've always spoke about protesting. I always speak about, doing what is needed to bring about queer liberation. But at the same time, I feel the protest was a real caricature. The first time I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is this fuckery? We are trying to do something genuine, we are trying to do something important, and then some people are taking what we are trying and what our pains are, what we are fighting against, just to make money as a monetary gain, just to, like a publicity stunt. It's insulting and injuring in the heart, because I don't see why we should make a caricature of ourselves. First, it was with the location. If we are going to stage a protest, at first I was like, is this a primary school, or is it a Anglican church, or is it inside the jungle? Where is this protest being held? Later we discovered it was being held in Unity Park. And being held in Unity Park, I was like, is Unity Park where lawmaking decisions are made? Is Unity Park where Senate passes bills? If lawmakers were to be passing, would they pass through Unity Park? Why Unity Park? That is the first questionable character of this protest. One is, what is the hell with all the dancing? This is not a time to dance. You dance when it is time to dance. You smile when it is time to smile. You also get pissed off when it is time to get pissed off. People are about to go to prison, and what you felt of was more important was to dance and play music. How if this was a one-time meetup with President Barack Obama, Is this how we will portray ourselves before the president of the United States or even Joe Biden? This is the question we need to ask ourselves. If this was a meetup with people with power, Buhari says, okay, I want to listen to what you people have to say. Is this how we will comport ourselves to meet the president? If this is not, if what is in our heart is no, then this is a caricature to everybody that participated in it. And I'm really, really ashamed because this is what they make queer people look like. They make us look like we are jokes. They make us look like we are AY comedy. They make us look like we are just wayward, random people with no ambition, which ought not to be so. Finally, people using this protest as a way to say LGBTQ survivor. Please donate. Please amplify our voices. Before we talk about amplifying one's voice, the question is, what are you even saying? That is the question. From all the interview granted, from all the media publicity, what were you saying? Oh, we need to repeal the cross-dressing bill. Why? Why should we go to repeal this bill? What is the agenda? What is the harmful effect of not repealing this cross-gender bill? People in leadership have to become smart. If they are not smart, they have to read a lot of books. They have to learn how to compose themselves to speak. First and foremost, you did not talk about the LGBTQI killings that have been happening. The one opportunity you could talk about the people that have died. You did not talk about the amount of keto setup, people who have been beaten, people's property have been stolen, people who are in the hospital because of harassment and assault. The one time we could speak up, I'm really ashamed. I'm really, really ashamed and disgusted. All we could say is that there are politicians who identify as LGBT people who don't identify as what the fuck is that? We need to tell ourselves the truth. When it is time to speak up, let us open our brains and speak up. Let's be reasonable for once. And when we talk about donating to LGBTQ organization, Kamjikwagi, because the people that were there, oh, Undibo, Kamjikwagi, since we have been donating $1, $2, $3,000, how has that helped? Have they been safe house built? How is it helping the small people, the news we've been reporting, the small news we've been reporting? How is it helping people that are living in the ghetto? That are living in Ajegule, that are still not even having education? It is not about donating. When you say donate, you can say donate for your personal. If you want to do something, anybody, I'm not going to name names because I know. But if you want to do something, just say, donate for my own house rent. Help donate for my own, my own YouTube channel. Help donate for my own personal interest. But don't make it look like when people are donating, they are donating for a greater cause for the community, when you know that community is just your stingy self and your belly. So I feel it is high time we begin to tell ourselves, because we are the ones doing the harm to our community. We are the ones doing these despicable acts to ourselves. So I feel that, to be honest, I feel that protest, the first protest that was held in the Federal Republic of Nigeria concerning the LGBTQ related issue, was the greatest caricature that the LGBTQ history has ever witnessed. Sorry to say, I am disappointed. I am disgusted. I think we could do better. And for the community members that did not come, I can see why they will not come out, because if this is what you're going to do, why would someone like me come out for such a protest? That is the question. If we need to stage a protest, I witnessed the little one the Ghanaian community did against the bill, the Ghanaian anti-gay law bill. Yes, there were not much people, but when they came out not very rainbow clothes. They had a proper t-shirt with the agenda of the protest, saying, we repel the anti-gay law bills. That is the first thing we knew, that this protest was a very serious one. They came out well dressed. They came out with bill card that talked about this. They did not just come out with any color riot. They came out with a well-dressed bill card. They had a leader that spoke and told stories about how this bill have disgraded or has humiliated or has, traumatized the community. And when you listen to those stories, any sane person will know this is a reason why this bill should be removed. But I don't think we have any reason. We just see it as a time for 5 minutes of fame, social media, cloud chasing, and just a way of monitoring benefits and gain. And this is disgusting and appalling. Over to you, Mr. Chaffo.
For me, I would say from the movie Legend of the Seeker, let me steal a quote or a law. One of the wizard laws, the great Zedikozu, that the greatest harm sometimes come from the best intention. Their intention could have been pure, to speak out for the community, to amplify the voice of the community, to make people known, to make the plight of the community known. But the way you do it can turn that best intention to the greatest harm on community members. And that's what I obviously say. Okay. I find it really shocking that till 2022, this year, LGBTQI activists do not know how to engage and get the best out of everything that you put forward, every platform. You took time. There was money spent on cameras. There was money spent on banners. There was effort made. You took all this time, all these efforts, and the best you could use it to do is to come to Impact and do that, like, let me borrow the words of Chibuizi, show of shame. Coming there, dancing, like as if it was a carnival, it was Asaba, women's carnival, that they came to display for us there. And I begin to wonder that truly, how then do we now call activism in this country? Some of the words that were said by some of the activists, let me even mention the name. Victor Wonder said, this is the first protest to happen on the soil of Nigeria. And I was wondering that the hunger strike he embarked on, the protest he embarked on, what should we call that one then? That I said, he was going to go to the National Assembly until they repeal the law. Have you forgotten so soon what you did? It's just as if some of these people even want short of the memory or some of the things they said. Allegations have been flying here and there that they want to use it to apply for grants. So people that spearheaded the NGO workers, I want to field it on their grant application so they can get more grants. We held the protest, we held this. This has to stop. But this has to stop. Obviously, it has to stop. If something has to be done genuinely, then it should be done genuinely. If you feel you do not have the courage, because it takes a lot to test. It takes courage, it takes wit, it takes guts, and it takes transparency. If you don't have all of them, you might have the guts, you might have the wit, but if you don't have the transparency, that protest will flop. Nobody will not come and sit on because you have the guts and don't worry, let's overrun the transparency. No, it must be transparent. Community members must feel highly represented. And to be honest, I just feel like the better place, the better way, it's not even about you can protest, but if you cannot protest where decision makers are being held, then take to the lobbying process where you engage stakeholders, where you call them to meet. What I saw there, it basically the comment, like what I always say, comment do not lie, post do not lie, feedback do not lie. Go on every post that meeting was posted on, from Instablog to what's the name of this gossip news to the rest of it. Look at the comments there. People are even wondering, what is this? That we understand that okay, LGBTQ rights are becoming human rights in the 21st century, but they should go and watch the LGBT march in Stonewall. Watch the one in what's the name? Israel, in Tel Aviv. Watch the one in Toronto. Watch the one in what's the name? What's the name of this place? Johannesburg. And see if it's the same thing you guys are doing here. That's not how you protest. That what you did there is basically a pride. It's for countries that have gotten what's the LGBTQI rights, that they come and wear rainbow shirts and they carry flags and they are dancing. That is pride. Protest is not like that. You don't come to dance there. You don't come to be shaking ass there. You don't come to be whining your waist like Shakira. When you come there for serious business. You mean business. You come there to engage. You come there to say the truth. You come there to speak about the injustice being done. Is that the best way you can speak injustice? By shaking your ass on the dance floor? We should call disco. Maybe we should have called the video to come and help them perform. And they would not call it a concert and be two heavy speakers. Honestly, I don't even understand. To be honest, I do not understand. It is well. It is well. What we'll just say is that we are not saints. We are not, but we'll always keep our opinions as real as possible. And what I saw there was not in any way a protest. What it felt like was a carnival. More the better words, let me call it pride. It felt like, oh, they were trying to celebrate pride. But I would be the one. I'm not breaking bad, but I'm sorry to break the bad news to them. We are not yet free in Nigeria yet, and I don't think it's coming anytime soon. If truly when we are supposed to engage and partake in a protest and make our grievances move, and then we come there and make it seem like, oh, it's a pride carnival or it's the San Francisco game night, then we should be extremely worried. Chime, is there any final words for you before we call this
Yes,
out?
I do. I do have final words. I'm highly disappointed. This protest has done more harm. It has done more damage. In short, most people that came out for this protest can easily be targeted and be beaten. Even today, while recording this episode, there has been a what would I call a menace where a cross-dresser was beaten, and I'm pretty sure it is because of these same protests. And let me just make it very clear so people can understand me. I'm not saying protests, everything has its own consequences, and as you're marching forward or pushing forward towards something, you must be ready to bear the cross of what you're fighting for. Far from that, this protest is a caricature, and because it was a caricature, they did not think about the safety of the people who came out. Now, after this protest, these people who came out, how are you going to protect them? What would their safety be like? That's the first question. Secondly, if you are going to protest, because I've said it's a caricature, what is the right way to protest? The right way to protest must not be all of us marching out and going out and shouting we want gay rights or anything. There are different ways of protesting. We could write our protest. We could engage stakeholders on this protest. NGOs that have these powers that could organize this protest. This is towards you. You have the capacity to build up a legal team that will also go into the same Senate and go against a counter bill against this proposal. If you are serious about removing this proposal, there are things called counter bills. In case many of us are not legally schooled, there is a counter bill. If we put in a counter bill in the House of Senate, then we'll be serious. But first and foremost, have we engaged with stakeholders? Do we have godfathers to put up a counter
Even
bill?
even Canterbury, we are even going far. The LGBTQI law, no single lawyer with the money, with the millions NGOs receive in dollars every year. I can beat my chest and say NGOs in Nigeria join together, receive millions of dollars, tens of dollars, tens of millions, not even 1 digit million, tens of millions. If very soon might be heading to 100, that you are engaging one single lawyer, they have not been able to pay a single lawyer to even take that bill, the same-sex bill, to court to say, okay, LGBTQI rights or now human rights worldwide, we want to carry this bill to court. No single lawyer has ever taken the federal government to court. And then what are we saying?
So if we are talking about protest, that is the only protest. You cannot say somebody threw out of your house and you're shouting, Oga landlord, you don't fit throw me, when Oga landlord has got eviction notice. No, that is not how it's done. If a landlord has a court eviction notice, you cannot shout there and say, I know they go anywhere. You have to leave by fire, by force. So the only way to charge that landlord is also going legally. So if you want to protest, if you are serious about freedom and liberation, it's high time we start putting legal grounds. Once those legal grounds are on, then we can come out and say, yes, we have a legal suit against the federal government, and then we can protest. But protest without any legal ground is genocide. My darling, please, I am not ready to die for foolishness.
And thank you very much. Like we always say, it's been nice hanging out. Even, thank God, I'm just happy that gradually, there is more variety. What makes me very, very happy is that there is more variety in activism. We're having an issue with JP Fighter, which recently, one thing that makes me happy with news like this, there is more variety with activism. And so people can choose what they want to listen to, who they want to listen to. And as we always say, or as I always say on this show, that our own is just to give opinion or try and mold opinions. It's left for you to decide what you want to believe in, what you choose, and that's why our comment section is always open. Comment what you want to think, be free, be open, because activism is supposed to have variety. We're supposed to think differently, and that's what makes us better. When we reason differently, we become better. It's been nice hanging out with the king himself. You know, we always hang at Chimerezi. We will not be intimidated, we will not be blackmailed.
Never. We fear no man, we fear no government, but we use senses to approach all things.
Exactly. Thank you very much. I love that quote. We fear no man, we fear no government, but we always use senses to approach all things. We will not throw people under the bus, we will not destroy their character. We say it as fair as possible, as open as possible, but also try not to destroy your image. Because just giving the viewers the opinion to choose what you want to believe in. Sorry that this episode is long, guys. Don't forget, donate to our GoFundMe, support us, like, share, subscribe, tell your community members to subscribe, and you guys know we always bring you hot news back to back. See you next episode. See you guys later. Peace out.